Hi everyone, I'm Brock Macdonald.
And I'm Harv Aujala.
And welcome to the holiday edition of RCBC TV.
In this show, we're going to talk about some community and stewardship initiatives and programs that can help you both prevent and deal with waste around the holidays.
Now, Harv, let's start off with the stewardship programs, because I imagine a lot of people are going to find electronics and appliances and those kind of things under their trees.
For sure, and all of that stuff is recyclable. So whether you're, once you start unpackaging your gifts, the paper and the cardboard boxes, a lot of us know that can go out into our curbside recycling pickup. But if you get the foam packaging around electronics and toys, remember that's also included in MMBC's recycling program and can be taken to a depot for recycling.
Yeah, and you usually get a lot of soft plastic and that sort of stuff as well, and that's a depot item as well.
Exactly, yeah. So make sure you keep that out of the garbage. And then for the gifts that are under the tree, for the kids, if they're getting new electronic or electric toys, so anything basically with a battery or a cord, that's all included in a recycling program. So if you've got 1996's hot Christmas toy, the Tickle Me Elmo, and the kids don't play with it anymore, it's not working, take it to the depot, get it recycled.
Yeah, but sometimes those toys are still playable. And kids have imaginations. They don't need it to run around or talk.
Yeah.
So you could always donate it to the Salvation Army or another thrift store.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll see some additional life in another child's
There
hand.
you go, exactly. So reuse before recycle.
You bet.
And then if you're a big kid and, say you get a blender, a fancy new coffee maker, a Bluetooth speaker, what have you got here? A digital microscope, electronic dartboard, night vision goggles, a reciprocating saw, a hammer drill. I mean, all of these things are included in a small appliance or electronics recycling program. Keep it out of the landfill.
I mean, there are so many programs. So you got small appliances, you got electronics, you got electronic toys, you got computers, even the media, outdoor power equipment.
I mean, yeah.
I don't remember the last time I had a ride-on lawnmower under my tree, but
No, I know.
I live in a condo now, so I don't use one. But if anyone's confused about this thing, we're going to be off for Christmas helping Santa and the elves, so the hotline won't be open, but we do have some additional tools. Why don't you tell us about
Exactly. So when we're not around to answer the hotline, you can still get recycling information 24/7, and that's on our smartphone app. So search for the BC Recyclopedia for both the iPhone and the Android platforms. And once you download the app, you can look up all these things on the app. The phone will automatically give you the 10 closest locations based on your phone's GPS.
And there's a map option too, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. Search for map.
And if you're doing Christmas visiting, you can change your location that you'll be going to later that day, and it'll give you a whole new search.
Track your route.
That's right.
Find one along the way you'll be going, find the closest depot, drop it off, and if you do that, guaranteed you're going to make Santa's nice list.
Perfect. That's always important. So what are some of the things that local governments are doing? I know there's some pretty important initiatives that they have as well.
Yeah, well, of course, an ongoing topic is still organics. I mean, up to 40% of your garbage can be organics. So the biggest organic culprit this season is going to be the tree. So if you've got a live cut tree, keep an eye out. Local newspapers, call the recycling hotline, but look for tree chipping, composting events.
Sure, the Boy Scouts have those events in communities, and that's the way they raise funds. So you're actually giving a gift to them as well.
Exactly, and a lot of them run by donations.
Yeah.
So you take your tree, you take a small donation, and win-win, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and the other one, of course, is the Christmas dinner.
Oh, yes.
And all the eating and the entertaining and the festival fun. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, there's always lots of food, but there's ways to avoid the waste, though, isn't there?
Yeah, so check out an online food planning calendar. So you punch in how many people are coming to dinner, and it'll give you the portions that you can prepare in advance. And that way you're preventing preparing too much, which we're all probably guilty of. You think the worst thing is to run out of food.
Exactly.
Right?
You don't want anyone to go hungry, right?
Yeah, but this time of the year,
nobody will.
Nobody's going hungry.
But it's a great time to share, because you can plan to have Tupperware or some other container that you can, and people can bring their own, and then they can take it home with them and share the turkey and veggies and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but if you keep it yourself, I know, Brock, you've got a lot of recipes for soups and stews and leftovers.
It's second nature now. I don't even need a recipe. I look, what's left over? And you can throw it into a pot, make a great soup or a stew with the turkey that's left over. And I actually plan to have those kind of ingredients that I like to put in soups when I make dinner.
That's smart. So you're planning, you're planning for extras so you can.
And this year I'm not doing a turkey.
You're not?
I'm doing a lamb shanks this year.
Oh.
Yeah, so there'll be lamb stew afterwards.
Oh, I'm coming to your house then.
And you'll be
Yeah,
welcome.
we're doing cannelloni.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing pasta because we're not doing turkey either. I'm like, let's do something different. So
Nice.
yeah, there you go. And I'm like, easy to freeze.
Oh,
And then it'll be lunch.
Yep.
One day, right? So.
Oh, you gotta like that. You gotta
Yeah.
like that. So besides the food waste, though, some of the other initiatives are about giving experiences rather than gifts.
Yeah.
So Metro Vancouver does
Yeah,
that.
they're back again this year with their Give Memories Not Garbage campaign. So it's really about the thoughtful giving.
Mhm.
So, giving high quality gifts or giving meaningful experiences instead of stuff.
You know, my children are adults now,
Mhm.
and they're very much into sports. So I've got some things planned, but I want to hear about something that you're doing for Mike, your husband,
Oh,
first. That sounds
yeah.
really interesting.
So I already gave Mike his quasi-Christmas present because I made him a beer advent calendar this year.
How did you do that?
So I went to, on Main Street here in Vancouver, Urban Source is a alternative art supply store, and they had these thread spools from industrial sewing machines. So once they're empty, these cores, I covered them in paper gift wrap to make them look festive. I assembled them in the shape of a Christmas tree,
Right.
and then I put some, craft paper backing on there, and then I put some local craft beers in the advent calendar,
Oh, nice.
covered it up. And there you go. So each day Mike gets to open up a new beer, maybe a beer that he already likes, so did a bit of mix and matching.
Yeah, because they come in those 700 milliliter bottles kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's
You
a
must
bigger-
have 500 milliliter cans.
Yeah, I did the tall cans and
Yeah.
the big bottles, and I mean there's so many beers, local beers.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I'm not a beer drinker, so I did get help when I went, but I couldn't. It was great, the amount of selection. But what are you going to do with the kiddos?
So they're into sports, as I said. So the first thing we're going to do is we're all going to see women's soccer. We're going to see Team Canada, Christine Sinclair,
Nice.
play Mexico. That's happening in February. Then we're going to go to Rugby Sevens. Have you ever seen Rugby Sevens?
No.
Rugby Sevens is super cool. Instead of 15 people each side, there's 7 people each side. And so the games are much faster, right? Because there's more room on the field. It's the same size field. It's going to be a BC
Oh, wow.
place. And the sides, the halves are only 7 minutes long with a 2-minute intermission. So a game's like 15 or 16
That's
minutes.
quick,
So
yeah.
every 20 minutes there's another game. There's 16 countries involved,
Mm-hmm.
and both men and women. So we're really looking forward to that. And people dress up in costumes. We haven't quite decided what we're going to be this year.
Oh, so a theme,
It's a
yeah.
themed costume. People get really creative. It's something else.
And you get to spend quality time with your loved ones.
That's exactly right. You can be really creative and come up with something really special. I mean, there's all kinds of ideas out there.
Yeah, but for a gifting idea, I did see a story in the paper just this week about, if you buy something and you end up returning it, the packaging is damaged and you can't resell it. There are retailers out there that will sort, refurbish, repair, fix these items, or even if a big box retailer is trying to liquidate, if they've got overstock. So there are even stores out there where you can go out and find these things that are being kept out of the landfill. And we already know about. I think a lot of people already do the thrift store shopping and the secondhand, and this is sort of in that same field.
But it's a new option.
Yeah.
Stuff that's a little newer and hasn't been used really at all.
Exactly. So I always think it's win-win. It's win for your pocketbook and win for the environment.
Yeah, that sounds like a great suggestion. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, but if people are looking for more information on tree chipping events, how to plan for that zero waste Christmas dinner, check out our website. We've got lots of great information on there. You can find out what type of wrapping is recyclable, what type of lights to get. So lots of information, rcbc.ca.
Great, that's excellent information. Well, that's our show for today. So on behalf of everyone here at RCBC, we wish you a Merry Christmas
A happy Hanukkah.
and a Festivus for the rest of us.
So have yourself a safe and green Christmas holiday.
And a wasteless one too, if you can, and hopefully our tips have helped. So we'll see you in January. Have a great time during the holidays, folks. That's our show for today.
Happy holidays.